Factorize 12x square minus 7x plus 1. So factorize is wherein we write the given expression as product of two expressions. We can do it in two ways, using factor theorem or splitting the middle term. Of course, there are other ways also, but I'll be talking about splitting the middle term, if not factor, using the factor theorem. So I'll be showing you guys splitting the middle term for this particular question. Okay, so splitting the middle term. Now, what is the expression? P of x is equal to 12x square minus 7x plus 1. Now, what is this splitting the middle term? This is an expression written in standard form. The very first thing that you have to do is write it in standard form. So once you have done that, second thing is look for the middle term. So this is your middle term. And this you need to split. That is, you write it as sum of two things. For example, you will be looking at 12x square, something and something plus 1. So you will be writing the middle term as sum of two things. So how do you do this? Well, when we add and multiply, we need to get particular thing. Okay, so this two numbers has to be such a way that when we add, it should add up to minus 7x obviously, and when multiplied, it should add up multiplied to 12 into 1, that is 12. So how do you do this? Find the factor of 12. 12 can be written as 1 12s, 2 6s, then 3 4s, right? And there are plus or minus, that is minus 1 and minus 12 gives you plus 12. Minus 2 and minus 6 gives you plus 12. Minus 3 and minus 4 also gives you plus 12. So these are all the possibilities. With regarding to integers, yes, there are fractions and so on and so forth, but we are just looking at integers. So which is the best set of numbers, which is the best pair to choose from here? All of them gives 12, but which two will give me 7 when added? 13, this will give me 8, and this will give me 7. Okay, yeah, we got the answer. Minus 4 minus 3 will give me minus 7, and minus into minus is plus, 4 into 3 is 12. Again, splitting the middle term, we should split in such a way that when we write it over here, it should add up to minus 7x, and these two numbers should multiply to the product of the coefficient of x square and the constant. So now your splitting the middle term is done, and we have split it as minus 4x minus 3x plus 1. So we have to take common between the first two terms and the last two terms, and we have 3x. So this is 4x minus 1, and over here. So here is the tricky part. Okay, sorry. No, this is 4x, right? My bad. What is common between 12 and 4? 4. So this will be 3x minus 1. Okay, now is the tricky part. We want an expression which is 3x minus 1 over here by taking something common over here. But what is common? And the signs are different. When you see the signs are different, the common factor has to be minus, and in this case there is nothing common, so it is 1, minus 1. So please remember, when the signs are different between this and this, you always have to take minus out, and if there is no factor, that is number, that is common between these two, take 1 out. And so we have 3x minus 1, that is common between these two terms, right? This and this entire expression. This entire expression is made up of two terms, and between these two terms there is 3x minus 1, that is common. What is left out? 4x minus 1. Does it make sense? This is the first term, this is the second term, and we have 3x minus 1 as common, and we end up with 4x minus 1. And this is a factored form of this particular expression. So this you can do it using splitting the middle term, if not factor theorem.